It is 11:16 on what we call a Friday night here
Oh yeah,
on Channel 3.
we're ready for the weekend.
That is accurately described as well, being Friday night.
Weather-wise,
Well, not bad this weekend.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this whole week we were dealing with, the entire country was dealing with a huge storm system, and now it's just California. So I think we could be
Our
okay
way.
with that for now. And that'll head east as we go throughout the week. But as we always do on Friday nights, congratulations. You made it to the weekend, everybody. We'll be in the 20s to get you started on your Saturday as you get your cup of Mocha Joe going. We'll have some snowflakes around in the morning. I think they'll be clearing out as we get into the mid-morning and afternoon. We're dealing with nothing but sunshine. Look at that sunrise time, now sitting at 7:08. Remember, that time change will knock it back, so it's going to be darker a little bit later. But anyway, it's heading our way. We have high pressure in control of our forecast today. We had gusty winds this morning. They've kind of backed off a little bit, but what this thing is doing is bringing that cold air and keeping it in place. Notice the snow that's breaking out towards the west. This system is not phased. When we talk about a system being phased, you get an area of energy, they come together, you get a strong low pressure, a well-organized system. This one's two separate entities. We've got the system of snow here, we've got some rain with the subtropical jet down to the south. So both are weak in their own, but we do have a little bit of development here with this little line moving in of some heavier snow. Areas of Chicago back towards northern Illinois, and while it's not organized, we could still see good ½ to an inch out of this, favoring our northern counties. Again, this is tonight into tomorrow morning, and then it's out of here. National Zymark hour-by-hour forecast showing some of that snow coming in. Again, models don't typically have a good handle on this setup, so I would imagine we'll have a decent band of snow that works through, maybe a little bit further south as well. We're not talking big accumulation, but it could be enough to slicken up the streets if you have early Saturday morning plans. But watch how this vanishes. That's out of here. We bring out sunshine by midday. If you've got midday plans tomorrow, no problems. We'll still be in the 30s, but then we're on our way to the low 40s tomorrow. So not a bad day, especially when you get in that sun. Remember, when you're in sunshine, it feels about 10 degrees warmer. So we'll be feeling more like 50 degrees or so if you're in the sun. The breeze obviously takes that away. Tomorrow night, no problems. And then for our Sunday, looking great. We'll have more sunshine around, even a tad warmer. We're talking up near 50 degrees with a little bit of a brisk wind developing out of the west, and that's a harbinger of things to come. And that thing to come is going to be the system that's down in California right now. This is a big system by California standards, and it's far south. A lot of times systems will clip the central part of the state or northern, but this one is digging the true moisture into LA, San Diego. Once it gets up into the mountains, they get heavy snow. Down in LA right now, or actually on Monday, what they'll have is palm trees and then heavy snow that you'll be able to see in the mountains. Just an incredible view down there. They've got blizzard warnings. I mentioned this last night for the first time in decades out in the Sierra Nevadas, the southern part of the state. So here it comes this week as we track it through the U.S. This becomes quite a powerful low. There'll likely be severe weather, areas of Oklahoma. This will be a wind maker for us, and it moves in on Monday. So we'll start dry Monday. We bring in rain and some wind with that, maybe a rumble of thunder. Temperatures should make it up into the upper 50s, another kind of spring-like day on Monday. Maybe a little snow in the backside, doesn't look like much. And then next week, late in the week, we've been tracking that big storm here on What's Next at night. Here's what the Euro is saying now. It doesn't phase. So there's two different entities with this, and there's no big storm, says the Euro. But pump the brakes a little bit. Let's check the GFS. This is the American model. These are our two global models we look at. This brings a low in, and then it phases it. So we get a storm system, and the track has changed as well. It's further south, so the GFS is putting a full-out snowstorm on us next Thursday, Friday into the weekend. But I don't tend to lean GFS. A lot of meteorologists don't. It's not as accurate. It doesn't seem to be in most cases as the European model. So this is something we need to watch. GFS saying heavy snow next Friday, Saturday. We'll keep it on our back pocket. We'll continue to monitor the models. But right now I'm leaning that maybe that thing will kind of change over the next week or so. Snowfall, though, look at our deficit. Meanwhile, Buffalo and Minneapolis, yeah, they've had all the snow this year. Out west, too. Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast. There's a bump and temps on Monday. Another system with a bump and temps could be in the 60s on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, that's our day in question with that snowstorm or not. And then we warm right back up like nothing happened next weekend.